Greetings, this is SkySaunders seeing what's current. Two things on the docket today, since I was inspired by Mr. Troy Star Terrain once again. He had a 4-hour he had a 4-hour research show yesterday, so I can't do 4 hours. I'm not to that level yet, but I can do 2 hours. Then 2 hours is pretty good with the content I have. I want all sorts of conspiracisms that relate to the UnitedHealthcare CEO of the insurance arm, Brian Thompson, who was assassinated yesterday morning outside of a hotel in New York City. And I just want all kinds of various conspiracisms. I just want to hear you guys say, no, it was the gardener, it was the the Mr. Mustard and Mr. I just want just everything that could possibly you can think of, just like a free for all in a sense, but a guided kind of sense at the same time, because it was a man's life. He apparently had the idea of being a upstanding CEO. He had rose through the ranks. He came from Iowa, I think he was. So just says United States. It says he went to University of Iowa, and he went to South Hamilton High School in Jewel Junction, Iowa. But this whole assassination, this execution, was deliberate, and it wasn't shaky. It wasn't I like what Gayle King was trying to get at. They're like saying, oh, he's professional. Oh, he's professional. Must be a professional hitman or something like that. But at the same time, the guy was at the Starbucks. He dropped his mask, I think, one time. He had a backpack, a hood, and a mask on his face, and so that's gonna be problematic. Obviously, he hopped on a bicycle after the shooting itself, which was very calculated. It seems very like a movie, like a how a film usually plays, or a TV series plays out, something like House of Cards, or even something like Billions or something like that. It just has that kind of air to it. He leaves his wife Paulette. He had 2 children. It just seems that it was a calculated hit. See, Yellowstone. That's another show. It seems like a scene ripped out of Yellowstone in a sense. The Sopranos or something like that. But I just want your conspiracisms. Put them down in the top chat. Maybe he that was his gay lover, and he was gonna announce to the world that they were together, and he didn't want that to happen, so he put a bullet in his head and kept it moving. That's what I'm talking about. That's just an example. Conspiracisms just like that, because that just makes this thing more interesting. It's sad that he was killed, but hey, I have to feed the beast. And it's all conspiracisms. It's not conspiracy theories. These are, I have to make the distinction. A conspiracy theory has some semblance of truth to it. It could possibly become just a theory rather than just a conspiracy theory. But a conspiracism is far removed from the idea of being truthful and reality based, and based on that. So just throw them out. Jim, who was killed? You give me $10, I'll tell you who was killed. I just said it. It's part of the title. What's a conspiracy? I just said that too. And for answers to questions, I have to charge you $10. My Cash App is $SkyLerSaunders1. So came in late. Oh, all right. You know what? I'll give you a bingo free space. This is my bingo free space. Brian Thompson, CEO of the insurance arm of United Health, was gunned down at outside of a hotel in New York City. What's conspiracy? A conspiracy is essentially something that has some credibility, well, or is close to having truth. It's usually compared with conspiracy theory, but I'm talking about conspiracisms. Conspiracisms are okay. Then why'd you ask? What are you talking about? I know that. If you knew that, then why'd you ask? If you came in late, come on now. That's why. That's another reason why I'm making sure if I'm answering questions, it's $10. It's got to be $10 because y'all just be don't have the nerve to work, but work the nerves. I came in late. I heard you talking about conspiracy theories. I didn't know what you were talking about. Now I know. Well, I appreciate that, Jim. Thank you for letting me know that you know. And tell like 6 other people about me. Tell 12 other people about me, but don't tell 7 or 13. Just let them know. Who's this goofy ass nigga with the black hat and the black shirt and the gold tie? What do I do for a living? If you give me $10 right now, that will give you an inkling of what I do for a living. That will give you a specific idea of what I do for a living. You give me $10, that'll let you know right off the bat what I do for a living. Give me $10 and I will tell 10 people about you. No, that's not how it works. It's all money in, no money out. That's how that goes. You give me all the money coming in, I have no money for you. How about that? But yeah, so I'm saying this is his gay lover, and there he was about to tell the press that he was coming out. He was going to tell his wife and his 2 kids that he was coming out of the closet and being with his gay lover, or this is a disgruntled employee of his that was destined to be a CEO as well. Was on the fast track. But he got the position instead, and he was very dismayed about it. Also, this is somebody else's hitman. This is something for somebody else. So this obviously this apparently is the fact that people are paying, probably paid this man probably $10,000 or to up to $50,000 or maybe more dollars to assassinate, to execute this man because they wanted him to be silenced because they had a bad deal on the insurance claim that they were going to have, or they're going to have some kind of kickback or some kind of bonus that would go into their ideas. So that's what I think it is. So you're free to say as many conspiracisms as you want. I just gave you like 3 right there. It said that he was a good guy for the most part. It said that he didn't have too much problems. He worked through problems systematically and with great he paid attention to different problems, and he was allegedly he said it was said that he was very attuned to his profession. But there were controversies. In 2021, Thompson was criticized in an open letter from the American Hospital Association regarding a plan from UnitedHealthcare to start denying payment for what it deemed non-critical visits to hospital emergency rooms. UnitedHealthcare responded by delaying rollout of the change. A lawsuit was filed, this is all from Wikipedia, was filed against Thompson in May 2024 for alleged fraud and insider trading due to failing to disclose an antitrust investigation into the company by the United States Department of Justice and by selling stock options before the probe was made public. So he may have had some dirt. He may have had some dirt on his hands, under his fingernails, talking about how he tried to impose on different things. He said that he had a low public profile. However, he had a few moments in the public spotlight, such as during an investor meeting in 2023 when he announced UnitedHealthcare was shifting to a value-based care model by paying doctors and other caregivers to keep patients healthy rather than focus on treating them when they got sick. That seems pretty rational to me. Is that, I'm stupid. I think that makes more sense. You want to keep them healthy rather than getting them to the hospital, which is more money, more care, more, things that have to happen. I think that makes more sense to me. I'm just a stupid nigga. I don't know. Jim, I'm not your bro. It's much bigger than being a gay lover or some employee was not happy. Of course, that's what I'm saying. I just gave those examples. You obviously know more than I. Most news you read is always opposite. Well, that's true. I was reading the Wall Street Journal. That's where I got most of the information from. There's that had the information about him getting on a bike and going off into the night. That was like a soft rhyming. Let me see if I can remember how to log into this mug. It's saying subscribe now. I'm already subscribed. What are they talking about? Oh, they got Wall Street Journal Plus. Now they got Wall Street Journal Plus. Salute to King. Yo, salute. Salute. Salute to you, sir. I'm trying to go 2 hours today. I was going my 35 minutes, and that was cute. But I want to actually go for 2 hours tonight. Or today. And this afternoon. For me, on the East Coast this afternoon, but what time is it in Australia? It's almost midnight, I think, in Australia. What is this? What is this? What is this? Verifying the device. Okay, thank you. That's what I thought. Sign in. I think I can sign in with Facebook. All right, I'm in. I'm in. I'm looking for him right now. Brian Thompson. Okay, this is not helpful at all. Oh my God, they're terrible. Wall Street Journal is horrible with the... What? This is terrible. They put New York hostile. They mispronounced the word. They have a typo. Wall Street Journal has a typo, ladies and gentlemen. The greatness of being a boss. You do whatever the F you want to do on your channel. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, King. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I appreciate that, sir. So, this happened at 6:40 a.m. right outside the Hilton Hotel. And this is all during the Christmas shopping season. And this gang goofy dude, whoever he is, smiling, going for a cup of coffee, it looks like. Like I say, he had the mask down. They're saying, oh, well, he must be a professional. And the way he used his weapon and it jammed and he was able to recover and he was able to see how he was able to aim and his stance and everything. Come on, he could have been Joe Blow could have watched a YouTube video and done all that. Doesn't mean he's some kind of professional. Like, he must be a mastermind. He's a great manipulator of the weapon system. Like come on. Is it hostel or hotel? They keep on saying hostel. I think they mean hotel. They're saying they have 2 typos on Wall Street Journal. Authorities were executing a warrant on an Upper West Side hostel Thursday in search of the suspect who fatally shot a UnitedHealthcare executive outside a New York City hotel a day earlier, according to a law enforcement official. So I'm now confused. Police are in on a New York hostel in front for Health shooter. So there isn't a typo. It is a hostel. There's some kind of hostel somewhere in New York, and that's apparently where this assailant is camped out. This is worthless generation. Get a job. This is my job. How about that, Jim? Why are you even on here? Go away. I don't need you. I get paid either way. Thanks for stopping by. King Walker, wasn't there words on the bullet? Exactly. That's what I was about to get to. He wanted to be cute. He wanted to be cute. There are shell casings that show some wording on there's wording on the shell casing. So that's like the Lil Wayne song when he said, "Put your name on the bullet, make you feel special." Yeah, there are words on the shell casings, which is, I think, I mean, this is like brazen, crazy, like just ridiculous how this guy really, wanted to do this. It's ridiculous. It's insanity. It's pure insanity. How do you have shell casings on the ground that you wrote on, or you put some kind of way of getting caught? I guess what I'm saying. He must have been wanting to get caught. Okay, we got Mr. Rick James. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the best-selling and award-winning author of Rules of the Kingdom of the Air. He's SkySaunders Singh. At least you got the SkySaunders Singh correct. That's salute to you, Rick James. King says, you talking about the assassination in New York? Yes, I'm talking about the assassination in New York. This is really special. This is like Jim's punk self. He told the truth. I'm not going to say it. He said that it's bigger than just a gay lover. But I was just giving those as conspiracisms, just examples. But I think this is part of the greater corporation. Allegedly, this is all alleged. The United Health's main competitor. Let me see. United Health competitor. They have a list of competitors. There's Aetna, Anthem, Canteen, Humana, CVS Health, Molina Healthcare, Cigna, Kaiser Permanente, Specialized Care Services, Elevance Health, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Express Scripts, WellCare Health Plans, Optimum RX. Any one of these organizations could have had a hitman out and said that, look, man, you need to get these niggas, get that nigga, get him. Hey, he's cutting into our business. He's about to do something revolutionary. He's about to do more care, while they're alive and healthy, rather than when they go to the hospital and they're sick and bedridden. They're about to he wants to do something ridiculous that's gonna cut into our funding. It's gonna cut into our look. We're gonna set you up. Here's $100K. Wear this hoodie. Wear this mask. Put the suppressor on the end of the pistol. Make sure you have that. Nobody hears nothing. He just falls, and then you have the shell casing with the wording on it. Let me see what I don't even know what they said. Let me see shell casing. They're not showing it. Daggone it. This is pain. Okay. Okay, here we go. Shell casings found at the scene where the UnitedHealthcare CEO was shot dead by a masked gunman in front of a busy New York City hotel had the words deny, defend, and depose written on them. A senior New York City law enforcement official briefed on the investigation confirmed to the NBC News on Thursday. So this might be his gay lover. You want to deny us? I'm defending you. I'm here to defend you. And I'm here to depose you. You went against our accord. You went against our bonds. The shell casing said, hasta la vista, baby. Yo, you're crazy, Mr. Rick James. You out of here, man. You must be on that dust. But it says that Brian Thompson, 50, was killed in a premeditated, preplanned, targeted attack outside the New York Hilton Midtown on 6th Avenue in the heart of Manhattan, police said. Okay, but there's this hostel. What is up with this hostel? Let me see. Hostel. Are they meaning to say hostel? Or are they meaning to say hotel? I think they want to say hotel because I don't see it any further. The upper West Side hotel. They put the S in. And it looks like hostel, which is like a low rent hotel you find in Europe usually. It's like a motel for like travelers, but it's even lower. An establishment which provides inexpensive food and lodging for a specific group of people, such as students, workers, or travelers. So I don't think they meant that. I think they meant hotel instead of hostel. There's a $10,000 reward for information leading to his arrest. It says that Thompson, 50, lived in Minnesota and was in the city for UnitedHealth's investor meeting. He was heading to UnitedHealth's annual investor day early to help set up when he was shot, police said. But it just seems so cinematic. It seems so like a movie or a TV show. It was outside the Trump Hotel. No, it was not outside the Trump Hotel. Rick James, you're definitely on that PCP, that angel dust, that water. It was straight out of Joker 2018. Yeah, facts. That's just what it was. And there's so many different movies and TV shows. I just watched Yellowstone. The woman, Sarah, she was pretty much a heel or a one of the enemies to the Dutton clan, and one of the antagonists. I'm spoiling it for y'all anyway, but anyway, it was from last week. She was dispatched by two people that were pretending to ask for the directions. So this is kind of like that. This is that, like, they're just he's just a puppet. Whoever this person is just a puppet, obviously. He got paid, whatever money, $50,000 or less, $20,000, I don't know, more, $180,000, $100,000, whatever it was. And he dispatched this guy. He did his job. Sadly, that's what the sad part is. And the CEO had so much, to live for. He had, as the cliche goes, he had to have at least $1 million in the bank. At least $1 million in the bank. And he was probably, going to be extorted, but they finally just assassinated him. He left coded messages including defend. It said defend. Wait a minute, let me make sure I get it right. Deny, defend, and depose. Very coded, very, this is going to be for the forensics team. This is going to be for the special units that do a lot, all the ballistics and things of that nature, and on the body and all that. The medical examiner, they're actually going to tell about this. But if you put words, and I don't know how you put the words. Did they etch them in to the thing? And can't they trace that? I mean, depose, deny, and defend. I don't understand how that's even possible in this day and age, in the 21st century, where you have people that are taking on the task of saying how, we are going to shoot this. I'm going to shoot this man, and I'm just going to be that brazen to put words on the shell casing. And it's not going to be tracked back to him, to the shooter. It's going to be tracked back to the person who put it up there. Put him up to it. Probably, allegedly, I'm just alleging. It could be Aetna, it could be Humana, it could be so many others. That could have said, what, he's about to do something. He's about to pull a trigger. We got to pull a trigger before he does. And they said, bop, one shot to the head, bang. Mr. Rick James says the lady who was in the video should have called the police, not ran ran what she doing. You have a wrench. Give me the link, because I don't have the part where she ran. And I don't have the part where he fell. So Rick James, Mr. Rick James, I ask you to put in the link, please, sir. Put in the link. That'll help out a lot. Police are asking for $10,000 though. That seems, I mean, that's money, but that's not. It just seems, I don't know. I'm stupid. 10,000 seems like. I mean, he was a CEO, but he wasn't like. He wasn't like, I don't know. 10,000 seems weird, but more conspiracisms. He had beef with organizations that were like United Health and not just like Aetna and Blue Cross Blue Shield, but like different tech companies. They're probably going to do an overhaul of the whole system and have it more streamlined and have it more thoughtful and optimized. And somebody said, you know what? Nope, we can't have that. It's got to be like old school. He can't go further than what we have. What we have right now is the top of the line. He wants to do something outside the lines. Pop, right? Got him. Got him. Before the shooting, he visited a Starbucks and made purchases with cash. Kind of smart. At least he thought of that. Should I use my card or cash? Huh? That's the thing with cash. I mean, it's a great thing in a sense, but we're moving towards a cashless society. We're moving very close to that. So that's probably going to be best. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm looking for it right now. You know what? Rick James, take that. I can't do it in the phone. I'm on my mobile. So make sure you send that to my Gmail account, SKYLERSAUNDERS @gmail.com. Again, that's SKYLERSAUNDERS @gmail.com. I can't. It'll have to go off the stream, and I have to get it back, and it'll just be a mess. So, I appreciate it though, Rick James. Thank you for putting it in there for everybody else. At least everybody else can see it too. But what are the conspiracisms? Conspiracism. He was going to make a sex film. A parent. It was with the other CEOs of all the other. This is crazy, but he was gonna make he's gonna air the sex film about the other CEOs of the insurance arms of the other pharmaceutical or not pharmaceutical, but the healthcare providers, and it was gonna leak out. He's just about to leak it out, but they said no, we can't have that. That's just too many of our reputations on the line. We can't have that. We can't do that. We can't show all these people, our bare ass, literally. So we got to make sure that we put him under, put him under the bullet. And he definitely received the bullet. And it's sad. This is Christmas time. Everything in New York is Christmassy. They got the Rockefeller Christmas tree. They got lights winking in the windows. They got garland and. Probably carolers are going up and down the street, and it's a sad time, to be honest with you. Just as a human being, I didn't know the guy, but just as a person to person. I mean, he had 2 kids and a wife, and it's a pretty devastating time to have him dispatched during the Christmas season. But I guess that's what you get when you allegedly have gay sex orgies with other executives, and it's going to be. He was just about to release it the day of during this meeting in the New York City hotel. I read R-E-D, not R-E-A-D, that he was going to expose where Epstein is hiding. Ooh, that's a good that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good conspiracism. That's a great conspiracism. Hold on. That is an excellent conspiracism, Mr. Rick James. Yeah, so Epstein isn't dead. He faked his suicide. I don't know if you can fake a suicide. But he's hiding somewhere with a boy. Oh my God. These are conspiracisms. If I was, telling like the news, I would not be laughing. But the only reason why I'm laughing is because it's so ridiculous. It's so conspiratorial. The conspiracisms are just so outlandish. But yeah, so that's a great one, Mr. Rick James. He knows where Epstein is. He was invited to all his parties. He had gone to them allegedly. King says, ain't it cause he got me thinking, I've been heard Epstein in witness protection and cooperating. Ooh, I like this. I like this. Because I don't remember ever hearing, was there a body? Was there a body with Epstein? Did he ever have a body? Did he ever have a body? Where is Epstein's body? Where is he buried? Allegedly he's buried at I.J. Morris at Star of David Cemetery of the Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, in an unmarked tomb next to those of his parents at that location. The body was buried. Okay. We'll take you at that. But I appreciate that, King. Salute to you, sir. Salute to you for that information. Yeah, they apparently had a body, but I still don't. I mean, what does that mean? What they had somebody. Following the autopsy, Epstein's body was claimed by an unidentified associate, later revealed to be his brother Mark. So he was at first an unidentified associate. So then they turned it to it and said, "Oh, that's his bro. His bro is Mark. Yeah, it's his bro." It's like you all like to say, bro. So I don't know. I'm just focused on the conspiracisms. I want to say his wife wanted the insurance. Look at that. He's insurance. This is all conspiracism. This is all alleged. I'm not saying this is true, but his wife could have had some kind of policy on him for some mills because he had like $15 million at least. He had I looked on one of the stories. He had $15 million in some kind of account, and his wife might have been like, you know what? I mean, I'm saying, I love him, but I want the cash a little bit more. And so she, hired a guy, gave him 10 stacks, said, look, take him out, bop, hop on that bicycle and keep it moving. But you gotta love it in the media. He had professional, stance, and he knew what he was doing, and he aimed at his target with precision and greatness. Like, it's only because he's white. He was black. He was like, oh, well, this Negro. I mean, he has a stance. Like he's learned that in jail or something like that. I don't know. It's very interesting. It's very Then he was. I mean, it would probably been worse because it was a black guy, and they'd have probably picked him out. He's like, yeah, this black guy. I don't know. Did he have his name on the cup at Starbucks? Did he forget that? Did he put deny, depose, and wait a minute, hold on, was it deny, depose, and defend? Did he put deny, depose, and defend on the Starbucks cup, and then to read out deny, depose, and defend? Hot a triple latte with a shot, a double caramel macchiato with 2 shots. Depose, defend, and deny. Your cup is up. I worked at Starbucks, so I know what that life is like. But yeah. So this is brazen. He had his mask off in the picture. He was smiling. He was cheesing like that. So what is that about? What does that constitute? What does that mean? What does it mean for someone who is so aligned with, you know, the interests of his company and wants to do better? He apparently he had good ideas on what to do with the company, but this assailant apparently did not have any he did not have any care. He didn't care. I'm looking at the video right now. He's at the Starbucks. He's got the hoodie up over his head and the mask down. It's crazy. It's wild. But I need more conspiracisms from out of y'all. I need more conspiracisms. Rick James has a good one. I think King gave me some good information. Y'all gotta, send me more of these conspiracisms. I appreciate it. And we have to make the distinction. He wasn't the CEO of UnitedHealthcare proper. He was the CEO of the insurance arm of UnitedCare. Andrew Whitty, Sir Andrew Whitty, is a British business executive who is the chief executive officer of United Health Group. He was the CEO of GlaxoSmithKline between 2008 and 2017. He formerly held the role of Chancellor of the University of Nottingham. So he's actually the main CEO of United Health Group. The man that was killed, Brian Thompson, was essentially the CEO of the insurance arm. So let's make that distinction. Here's from AP. Brian Thompson led one of the biggest health insurers in the U.S., but was unknown to millions of people his decisions affected. Wednesday's targeted and fatal shooting of the UnitedHealthcare CEO on a Midtown Manhattan sidewalk thrust the executive and his business into the national spotlight. Thompson, who was 50, had worked at the giant United Health Group, these goddamn ads, Inc. for 20 years and ran the insurance arm since 2021 after running its Medicare and retirement business. As CEO, Thompson led a firm that provides health coverage to more than 49 million Americans, more than the population of Spain. United is the largest provider of Medicare Advantage plans, the privately run version of the U.S. government's Medicare program for people aged 65 and older. Okay, a conspiracy just came to my head. Now, I'm an objectivist. Objectivists are often confused with agnostics or libertarians, or which doesn't exist, but they love to say it, anarcho-capitalist. There's no such thing as an anarcho-capitalist. Anarchism and capitalism do not mix. Capitalism requires for the government. It says that government is a good thing, and it says that the government ought to protect property rights and then specifically individual rights. So there is no such thing as anarcho-capitalism. There's just capitalism, and then its adversary, anarchy, which is the absence of all government, or the chaos of having no government. But here's my thing. There was a libertarian group that said, he had to submit to their will and give them, and not be able to give off his ideas, and trying to say like what he wanted to do with the healthcare system under his way of speaking. And they went away. They went away with an assailant. They found somebody that would do the job, and they popped him. That's what I'm thinking. It's bigger stuff. That's what I'm saying. At least Jim and his whack self, he did have a good point. It's something bigger. But I was just giving away conspiracism. This is my latest conspiracism. A libertarian group pushed the button on this assailant to go and dispatch Mr. Thompson. All right. The company also sells individual insurance and administers health insurance coverage for thousands of employers and state and federally funded Medicaid programs. They said they're looking for a man with black and white sneakers and a gray hoodie. But they're not going to find a gray hoodie on black and white sneakers. You're not going to find that. You're not going to find a guy with black and white sneakers. He used a 9mm pistol. It jammed, but he quickly fixed it and kept firing. Kenny said another sign of the shooters, professionalism. Here we go. Who is Kenny? Joseph Kenny, the NYPD chief of detectives. He said the professionalism of the gunner. I'm telling you, if he was a black man, they'd be like, this nigger, he couldn't have shot. He may have been in the army or something like that, or maybe he just looked on YouTube. Like I said before, he could have just looked on YouTube and said, okay, this is the proper stance you should be. You should be calm, brass, breathe, relax, aim, slack, shoot, brass, A Raiders fan. Why do you say a Raiders fan? He was a fan of Iowa colleges, Iowa college football. That's what I learned earlier today. It says police initially said the shooter rode into Central Park on a bicycle from the city's bike share program, City Bike. But a spokesperson for the program's operator, Lyft, said police officials informed the company Wednesday afternoon that the bike was not from the City Bike fleet. Kenny said police found a cell phone in the alleyway, but it was unclear it belonged to the shooter. It's messy, child. It's messy. Raiders, cause black, white, and gray. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, I got you. I'm slow. I'm stupid. Niggas hold the gun sideways. Yeah. Yeah. Niggas when they held the and shook holding the gun. Now the white man, oh yes, he knows. He's got great precision and agile performance. He knows how to hold a weapon. But Gayle King, she cut right through it. She was like, you know what? She's saying he's so professional. He's so great, on the weapon. But what about his pictures right before them when he was at Starbucks, with the mask off and the hoodie on? Well, he had the hoodie on, but he had the mask off. Rick James says, this one hell of a show so far. I appreciate that. Thank you. Salute. Respect. Appreciate that, Mr. Rick James. Appreciate that. I'm just saying stupid stuff. I'm just doing stupid stuff. That's all this is. I got 5 viewers on my end. I always say on my end. 5 likes. So that's how it is right now. Ah, Beha Jackson. Every day I've been promoting you. I haven't promoted you yet. I was gonna promote you later in the hour. But Beha Jackson says this show sucks. Some of the greatest humor I've ever encountered on the internet. It's great humor. I know he's just playing. Sardines on the grill and hookers. Well, not hookers, strippers. Female strippers. Let's not get it confused. And let's salute to Beha Jackson. I almost slipped. Beha Jackson. Salute this man. He always gives me money right in the nick of time, so I appreciate him for doing that. Appreciate it. Goal is $160 every single day, and he chips away at it at least with $20 or more sometimes. Exotic dancers, exactly. Exotic dancers, that's what it is. Here's something. He had worked at Minnetonka, Minnesota-based company for 2 decades and led its insurance division since 2021. He was one of the company's highest-paid executives with a $10.2 million annual compensation package. What I say about his wife, allegedly, I'm not saying it officially, I'm saying allegedly. You hear it all the time on Dateline. She took out an insurance. He was the head of insurance policies. You think she didn't get wind of how he made transactions? You think he didn't get an understanding of? She didn't get an understanding of how his daily grind was. What he was doing. Was she just completely totally in the dark? Was she a babe in the woods? She didn't know what was going on with his work life, or maybe his kids. Salute to Beha Jackson. So I now need $149. $149 to go. So salute to Beha Jackson. I appreciate you, sir. The man was freaky. What are you talking about? What man was freaky? What are you talking about? Thompson started his career as a certified public accountant and graduated from the University of Iowa. He lived in the Minneapolis suburb of Maple Grove and was a married father of 2 sons in high school. He even did some coaching before. I remember learning that from earlier. His wife, Paulette Thompson, told NBC News that her husband said some people had been threatening him. She did not have details, but suggested that they may have involved issues with insurance coverage. Maple Grove Police Chief Eric Warner and his department had not received any reports of threats against the executive. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. His wife knew enough. I'm sure she knew enough. I'm sure she wasn't like, my husband does something or something other with the insurance, and I'm not sure what's going on, and I'm not clear, and that's his business, that's his dealings. I don't get involved with that. Sure, okay. Beha dropped $11 on my head, as he usually does. Sometimes he does more. He does more than that. UnitedHealth man, he had his demons. In some ways, he was a genius, sir. Let's not use the G word. He might have been brilliant. Let's use the B word. He might have been brilliant in his dealings. But I don't know if he was a genius per se. He was one of the great minds and the insurance company, insurance arm of the United Health Group. And he wasn't like begging for money. He wasn't asking for money. He got a $10.2 million package, yearly compensation package. That's pretty high for a CEO. CEOs sometimes get paid $6 or $5, $6, $7 million. He got paid close to $11 million. What is it going to take? If he kept going like he was going, he could have been the next Steve Jobs and Dr. Gucci. In a way, he could have. I can see where you're going there. He could have been like I don't think. Okay, Steve Jobs was a genius. He was a bona fide, certified, qualified genius, without doubt, without question. He was a certified, bona fide, qualified genius. Now, Dr. Gucci. I don't know who you're talking about with Dr. Gucci. Who is Dr. Gucci? Not familiar with this person. He was not. Beha. We disagree, sir. Steve Jobs is a genius? Absolutely. Absolutely he was. Certainly, without question. He was the maestro. He was the guide. He was the one that pushed the buttons when nobody could push those buttons. And in people's minds and for his employees, he pushed them to the limit that they didn't even expect they could get excellence out of themselves. He strived for that. He strived for them to be great. That was his essence. That was the power he wielded. Beha says, Steve Jobs stole every idea that Apple put out. Give me receipts, sir. Bring me receipts. Give me all the receipts you have that can justify your blatant statement. Give me all the receipts. I would love to. Oh, Dr. Fauci? Oh, God. Dr. Fauci was a joke in a lot of circumstances. For one thing, he was okay with the okay to terrible, okay, C- to D plus, handling the COVID-19 issue. He was like a C minus to D plus. He was somewhere around there. He didn't do a great job and he didn't do a failing job, but he was mediocre to poor. So you saying he was a pimp? Why would I say that Steve Jobs was a pimp? There's no record showing that he put women on the blade. He never put a woman out on the track. That would qualify you as a pimp. I'm saying he was a genius. I'm saying he engendered greatness, and his subordinates, and ensured that his shareholders will get major dividends based on his efforts. I'm saying all this because I'm getting paid by Apple. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. I'm using Apple products though. I'm using this iPhone. I'm using this MacBook. I have Beats Pill. I have the Beats Plus. I got all kinds of Apple gear. The best thing about Steve Jobs was his artistry. Okay, that's not the best thing, I don't think. His business mind was the best thing about him. He pushed his employees to create genius. Doesn't make him genius. He pushed his employees to be brilliant. He was the genius, and they were brilliant. He was the one that made the connections that were necessary to create new products and new services. That was the genius of Steve Jobs. The connections he made. He was a master of technology. Fact. He was a master of technology. It's a fact. So, but Brian Thompson, they keep saying he kept a low profile. What is that supposed to mean? He kept a low profile. He worked at the giant UnitedHealthcare Group Inc. for 20 years and run the insurance arm since 2021. He had run the insurance arm since 2021. after running its Medicare and retirement business. Okay. The business run by Thompson brought in $281 billion in revenue last year. You talk about drug companies, you talk about insurance companies. Over 250 million makes it $2.5 trillion or $250 billion, over $250 billion in revenue last year, making it the largest subsidiary of the Minnesota-based UnitedHealthcare Group. Its $10.2 million annual pay package, including salary, bonus, and stock options awards, made one of the company. Okay, but that is extraordinary, and they keep showing how this assailant, he doesn't even have the best stance. He has one foot in front of the other, with one foot in the back, but he's not standing with his shoulder width apart. His feet should be shoulder width apart. Talk about he's some amazing professional. It's ridiculous. Rick James says Steve Jobs was a genius in the same level as Bill Gates, Gandhi, and Oprah. I disagree with you. I think Steve Jobs was even more innovative than all of them put together. Steve Jobs was more innovative. Now, I'm not saying, and I'm not saying against Bill Gates, but Gandhi and Oprah are two different issues. Oprah has genius, yes, she did exhibit genius, but her genius was being in a mammy's role. She was a mammy. She knew how to play the mammy role. She knew how to cater to the white woman, cater to her, how she would feel about different things, and then she brought in her magazine. Then she brought in Toni Morrison and Dr. Maya Angelou and stuff like that. The late greats. She had the ability to do that. Gandhi, he had the ability to coordinate people that were prone to violence, prone to raping people, prone to pillaging people. He had it in his mind to be, completely selfless and sacrificial and unselfish, which is all evil. But he had great influence. That's when his path to genius. But Steve Jobs beats Bill Gates. Bill Gates has a great work ethic. He had one of the best work ethic. Definitely one of the most productive human beings in history. You can't take that away from him. But he didn't have the same creative vibe that Steve Jobs had. He didn't have the same flair. He didn't have the same kind of, this is how beauty should be made in my products. It was like Bill Gates was just like, look, I'm a businessman. I'm just going to make as much money off of these, products. Are they ugly? Yeah, so what? I don't care if they're ugly. Just because it's ugly doesn't mean it doesn't work. It works, doesn't it? See? So be quiet. That's kind of like that's what I got from Bill Gates. That's what I get from Bill Gates. Low profile he wasn't living a billionaire life. Not private jet, he was a homebody. Well, he wasn't a billionaire, he was a millionaire. Oprah was born white inside. Well, she said she wanted to be white, so if Gandhi was today, he was be classified as emo. Yeah, that's true. Gates an evil genius. I don't know if I want to call Gates evil, because what qualifies him as evil? What makes him evil? I disagree with you on that, King. Disagree with you on that. What qualifies him as evil? Then they had the photo of the bike. I mean, it's just funny. It's weird. But I'm done with all the conspiracisms. I said the gay lover. I said that the different corporations. They hired a hitman. I said his wife, wanted to hit out for him to get the insurance money. I put out the idea that he had passed arrears that he couldn't pay off. He had, maybe it is a new one. He had a coke man. He had somebody dealing him coke under the table and he couldn't pay it off in time because he was paying his mortgage or something like that. I don't know, but that's enough the conspiracisms. Thank you very much for tuning in on that note. Now I have to switch it over to a totally different story. Canadians, stand up. I want every Canadian, even if you're not in Toronto, just to be in Canada, stand up. Canada has made Kendrick Lamar the #1 best-selling album so far, currently, right now. His album is at #1. And in Canada, where Drake formerly rested his head, I think he's somewhere in Texas or something like that. But yeah, so that's what it's like, when you have Kendrick Lamar, dominating this year. He didn't just win. He just, I got him. He was like, yeah, I got your ass. He really tore into him. Pardon me, pause, all that, He said, Rick James says, I believe the gay lover the most. He trying to put microchips in food. Okay. One thing is that true? Give me details. You have my email address. If he tried to put microchips in food, I mean, first of all, did he try to do that? Second of all, what's wrong with that? Is there a problem with putting microchips in food? I mean, if they're able to modify and able to detect different cancers or different maladies that are in your blood system or something like that, that would be beneficial. I mean, but to willing participants, maybe that's the problem you didn't explain more, is that there were unwilling participants in this particular action. So we have to really go in on Kendrick Lamar's unbelievable year. Unbelievable year. He's coming up on a grand national tour. Says Kendrick Lamar tops Billboard Canadian albums chart with GNX. He didn't have to do that, but he did it. I don't know why my nose gets itchy, but it does. It's not the powder, trust me. He dropped his new album GNX I think it was either last week or the week before. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 albums chart in the United States and on the Billboard Canadian albums chart as well, according to Hot New Hip Hop. I mean, this guy, the people that don't like, Kendrick, they want him to fall so bad. They want him to not succeed. They want him to fail. They want him to fall. This guy's not falling anytime soon. That's what I can say. He just keeps winning. That's beautiful. That's great. You should be championing when people win. Roll with the winners. That's what 50 said about DJT, John Trump. Roll with the winners. That's what you gotta be. You gotta be on the side of the winning team. Everybody that comes in here that says, oh, well, Kendrick Lamar is gonna fall one day. Well, that's cute. That's nice to say, hear you say that, but he hasn't fallen yet. He hasn't put out anything yet that says he's gonna be falling. It just amazes me. It just amazes me because even the Blue Jays official X account promoted shortly after the announcement that the tour is scheduled to begin in April of next year and we'll see the duo perform at 19 stadiums across North America. He and SZA. This includes a stop at Toronto's Rogers Centre, where the Blue Jays play, which is part of Toronto. And he's not gonna get booed. They're gonna boo Drake. I always say this part. It's like, the supporters of Drake saying "oh yo, oh yo." Like those are like the Winky guard and the Wizard of Oz, the original Wizard of Oz in 1939. Towards the end, the Winky guard are the guys that go "oh yo, oh yo," and that's Drake's fans. Kendrick Lamar is Dorothy pouring the water on the witch. Drake, he had all the power. He had the flying monkeys after him. They had all this stuff, you know. Then he's like, I'm melting. That's your whole career, sir. That's your career melting. It's never gonna be the same again. We'll see when he puts out another album. Let's see if he even puts out another album. I'm talking about Drake. If Drake doesn't put out another album, then that'd just be, more of a defeat. But if he does put out another album and it tanks, maybe it'll go to number 14 on the Billboard charts or something crazy, which he's never been. He's only had number one albums. Every album he's put out has been number one. Every single one. He put out singles, platinum singles. He has a diamond single, One Dance. That's all. That's extraordinary. That's power. 15 years. Drake had a stranglehold on the game of rap for 15 years. I don't understand. I don't think you understand that. The average lifespan of a rapper is about a year to 2 years. They put out an album and then they put out another album, it flops, and then they go back to going on reality shows or learning how to be an actor or something like that. Most rappers don't get a chance to do 5, 6, 7, 12 albums. That's a rarity. That's a complete rarity in, how things are governed. It's complete rarity. So we have to really champion Kendrick Lamar and respect him and applaud him for his excellence. For being great, for not denying his talent, for not being vicious and envious, but rewarding and congratulatory. That's what we should be with Kendrick Lamar. With Drake, we should say, "Hey man, you caught a hard one, caught a hard left and right, and an uppercut, and a forearm smash." You caught all of that. But you know what we didn't catch? We didn't catch Bayha Jackson. That's BeeJackson 5478. Bayha Jackson is the original Doughboy. He's the child actor who played Doughboy. He has sardines on the grill. He's got near beer, non-alcoholic beer. And he's got fried chicken. And, of course, he has female exotic dancers, as we like to call them. If you like any or all of those things, check him out on Bayha Jackson. I would say Baja Johnson. Bayha Jackson on YouTube. Get his subscribers up. Get his subscription numbers up. All right, so Kendrick Lamar is that guy. This is you can just name the year 2004 KL, and it kind of misses the other letters KILL for kill, and that doesn't stand for do right and kill everything. That's something different. But GNX is a cool album. It's a very cool short album. It doesn't waste time. It has, it's sparkling moments. Oh boy, here we go. Karaya Fire. Salute to you, girl. Make sure you hit that donate button. Make sure you get that donation in. Salute to you, girl. Appreciate you. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar is on another level. He's on another planet right now. He's just, and I hate to say it's like he's superhuman. He's not. He's proven that he's not human. I hate when people say that because they're saying like humanity has to be small and low and vicious, or And to be superhuman, you can be beyond all that. You can be greater than that, but you can't be human and be great. You know, it's just weird. But it's very special because I don't know anybody on the album. I'm at 0 right now, by the way. I'm at 0 viewers. So this is for rebroadcast land. He's got the song Squabble Up. I saw the video. Squabble Up, like he just continues. Once again, music videos are not art. Let's make that clear. Music videos are not art. They're commercials. Commercials are not art. The whole point is to sell the song. The song is the product. What you do could be beautiful, could be wonderful, could be great, but it's not art. But it comes very close because just like in commercials, what are the key elements? There's writing, directing, acting, producing, all these different things that constitute art. But it's not the same thing because you're making a commodity. You're selling a commodity. And that commodity happens to be music and music videos, the song itself. All right, so I'm watching the video and I'm just like, this reminds me of, I don't know if they said it or not, but the Roots, I don't know. I should have investigated this earlier, but my dumb ass. The next movement. That's what this reminded me of. This particular Kendrick Lamar piece. It was very witty, very on point, very challenging and very insightful and very intelligent. I have to give him great praise. Pardon me. I have to give him great praise for this particular effort. But he's a winner. No doubt about it. Kendrick Lamar is winning a lot. Like a whole lot. Like, he took over a whole year. So it's going to be Kendrick Lamar and SZA. And I have no idea who the other rappers are. I don't think I've ever heard their names before. I've never heard of them before. But they're not bad. I'm just saying. I just never heard of them before. So it's very funny, but it's his most successful single today. Has anybody else ever had that? Not only is They Not Like Us one of the most, one of the best written diss songs, but it's the most successful. It hit #1 on multiple charts. Has any other diss song ever done that before? Has any other feud ever produced that before? Your most successful outing is a diss record. Has that ever happened to anyone? I wonder. It's something that I wonder about. I just would like to know if that's at all possible. That we have somebody that is, focused on getting something, out there and backfiring like Drake. What he had, the 400 gigs or 100 gigs or whatever the case may have been, that flopped. His diss tracks, they didn't do well. He had the Tupac and Snoop Dogg songs, and that was taken down. He couldn't buy a basket. This was one-on-one. He couldn't buy a basket. He couldn't do anything. He tried so many things. And that's the thing with Drake. Drake isn't mad. Drake is He's got money. He's got women. He's got the finer things in life. He's got chefs. He's got a private jet. It's not like he's hurting. Just that he got taken down. You know, it was David and Goliath. We all know that Kendrick Lamar was David. The funny thing was that Drake didn't die. He wasn't killed. He wasn't slayed. David didn't slay the giant. He just had to regroup. And next year we're going to see something. We're going to see whether he has the stamina, whether he has the might, whether he has the greatness to come back to make a huge splash in the music industry. Or like I had speculated before, he becomes an actor again. Because he did the opposite. He did the exact opposite of what rappers do. They start out as rappers. They're like, I'm not getting that much returns from this. Let me try my hand in Hollywood. And, you know, at least a dozen. You know, among them, LL Cool J, Ice-T, Queen Latifah, and smaller roles, Snoop Dogg, and, of course, Dr. Dre. Just a litany of different artists have tried their way onto this field. Even the incarcerated Diddy. Diddy had his chance on Broadway and in the film versions. So Drizzy could do the same thing. He can make billion-dollar movies. I think he could carry a whole movie. He was Little Jimmy on Degrassi. I think it was the Next Generation or something like that. He had the shot. He was shot, and it rendered him paralyzed. He was in the wheelchair. So he's gonna do something that's gonna be something special. But you know what else is special? DOTFOCUS_.focus. Go to his page, sign up as a subscriber. Make sure you're definitely somebody that can handle, you know, simulated gun violence. With Call of Duty, he has a sniper rifle. He's got a regular rifle or a standard rifle. He's got you know, handguns, I think. But he just does a great job all the way around. He does an excellent job. So I think you should definitely take in all the elements that make him great. So that's DOTFOCUS_, _, not a full. All right, so Kendrick Lamar, he just blew him out of the water. He blew him out of the water. To be put a cliche. K-Dot, or Kung Fu Kenny. Kung Fu Kenny. He was like, finish him, and you know he dropped like a whole a whole lightning bolt on him, like Raiden or Scorpion. Get over here. Am I too old? Do I know that too well? Squabble Up is definitely a great. Give me zero. It says a music video directed by Calmatic was released on November 25th, 2024. The set and cinematography pays homage to the music video of the next movie. I was right. I was wondering, like, they got this, you know, from the Roots album, Things Fall Apart. It contains multiple symbolism and Easter eggs, but also celebrates and pays homage to both the culture and music of California, the West Coast, hip-hop, the G-Funk, and hyphy music, the hyphy music, and the Chicano rap, and the African-American culture, the Californios, and the Chicano movement through multiple references such as the African-American flag, the Black Panther Party, the Compton Christmas Parade, the late rappers Nick Dogg and Mac Dre, the TV show Soul Food, the film Minister Society, and the album covers of Isaac Hayes' album Black Moses, Ice-T's album Power, and E40's album In a Major Way. Jesus Saves Gangsters 2 initiative by the Gangster Ministries movement recognizes their work in the Crenshaw District in South Central and their involvement against community violence and their fight for social justice, and as well as a custom lowrider of the limited production Buick Grand National Experimental and people riding, scraping, bikes, making many other elements featured throughout the music video. Oh my God. I think that was one of the longest sentences I've ever read. Lamar appears rapping the song and dances to it. At one point, he sits reading a book with the title How to Be More Like Kendrick for Dummies. He reenacts using a memorial of an unknown deceased. Unknown deceased. Okay. So also features people like Act One, DJ Head and Friends, including RJ MRLA, G Perico, and Cuzos. U.S. Billboard Hot 100, squabble up. This guy can't win. Excuse me, this guy can't lose. He keeps winning, and it's been like a slow burn ever since, because he was hot, but then he like cooled down. He's like, all right, I'm gonna let him do his thing, whatever. Come back, you know. And in the meantime, get a Pulitzer Prize, the first non-classical or jazz artist to ever claim that feat. And like I said, GNX, it's got rappers like Dodie Six, Lefty Gunplay, Wally the Sensei, Siete 7X, and Roddy Ricch. I heard of Roddy Ricch before. As Chike, Hidda J3, Young Threat, and Peso, and of course SZA. SZA was featured on Luther and Gloria. SZA's very attractive. I have to say that. She's attractive. No sip in my straw, though. I'm just saying she's very attractive. So, I think that Kendrick Lamar can do whatever he wants right now. Didn't he have a song with Taylor Swift? Has Drake ever had a song with Taylor Swift? The Bad Blood with Bad Blood. Taylor Swift featuring Kendrick Lamar and that was in 2015. This is years ago, and he's short because he's standing next to her and he's right at her shoulder. But Drake, Taylor Swift, let's see if they have anything. They don't have a song together. This is almost a decade ago. They've been shown together in pictures before, but they haven't been shown together with a song. And the petitions, we got to talk about the petitions. I'm saying Kendrick Lamar is immune to the petitions. Can I say that much? Can I say that he is? He's totally immune to any petition that Drizzy would like to put out. He's completely immune to them. Because he has a work ethic and a greatness about him that Drake has a greatness about him. He definitely does. He definitely has a greatness about him. He has a greatness about him. But it's different. It's not the same. So we have to thank our neighbors to the north, eh? See what they're talking about. Because some of them have immigrated to America. There's far too many to name. Far too many to name. There's so many Canadians that have said, you know what, I'm going to call the United States of America my home. I've been able to create such a great body of work down here. I'm happier down here. It's warmer down here in some places. So, you know, Canadians, you have to give them props. You have to give them their just due. You have to give them their ability to say, hey, well, yeah, you know, Drizzy was our guy, but you know, we'll take any winner. We'll take the winner. That's what we'll do. We'll take the winner in this case. And that happens to be Kendrick Lamar. From the West Coast, LA, Dodgers winner, Chromacopia, best rap album. I think because I'm saying that because GNX is maybe too late. They may be in the same category, but I would love to see that. Actually, I would love to see Chromacopia go up against GNX. I want that to happen for the best rap album of the year next year for 2025. I would love to see that. That'd be awesome. That'd be a great talking point. See which one is better. So, the Canadians are trolling their own man, Drake. And this was not on anybody's this is not on anybody's album either. And it's a lot. Here are the critics' year-end rankings of Not Like Us so far. Here we go. Pitchfork, 1. Exclaim, 2. Enemy, 2. The Independent, 3. Rolling Stone, 2. I wonder what the other ones were for not 1. This is the biggest song in maybe over a decade. This is a humongous song. An absolute treasure. That's what this song was all about. You know what else is a treasure? LIFESTRONGAPPAREL, or Lifestrong Apparel. Go to lifestrongapparel.com and you can pick up gummies for the doggies, sea moss gel, raw purple sea moss, and a pound of raw wild crafted sea moss. You can also have Focus Sports set or fitness gear or a snapback with the Lifestrong logo on it. And when you make your purchases, you put in SKYLER10, Skyler10. So definitely get involved with that. Make sure you go to that link. So lifestrongapparel.com and tell my main man Pang that the goofy guy SkySaunders sent you. Appreciate it. All right, so Canadians, all on the Canadians, they did this. They did all of this. It peaked in Canada. It's Vincent Cunningham of The New Yorker thought the video's Independence Day release was a jingoistic move. I have to look up the word jingoistic. a form of aggressive and proactive foreign policy, such as a country's advocacy for the use of threats or actual force as opposed to peaceful relations, and efforts to safeguard what it perceives, as national interest. Excuse me for one moment. All right, and with the whistle. All right, I was doing too much with this these hiccups. All right, it draws a bright line along the Canada-United States border. He made an Edenic comparison to the image of Lamar and his family posing as Grant Wood's American Gothic. Now this was big. This not big. This was huge. This is humongous. So this is for Generation Z and Generation Alpha listeners too. They pretty much did this. But this is ironic, because they said Canadian outlets such as CBC News and Exclaim opine that Not Like Us has grown into an anti-Canadian anthem, reminiscent of Blame Canada from South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Uproxx's Wango Okan noted it helped Lamar become a more appealing figure for Generation Z and Generation Alpha. Okay. But it definitely wasn't a diss to Canada. Canada was like cool with it. They were like, shoot, we're going to make this thing go to #1. And its peak position was #2. It almost went to #1. It doesn't have certifications for America, though. It's got everybody else. Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, New Zealand, Poland, Portugal, United Kingdom, Greece. And Kendrick is winning off all this. And doesn't he have like a $500,000 crown of diamonds and platinum? How much did that crown cost? $3 million. Cost $3 million. Now he can buy 10 of those if he wanted to. Because he got so much, weight and so much money off of it, of the They Not Like Us and GNX. And this is all the beauty of capitalism, kids. This is the beauty of showing how you can be somebody just from the streets, and something that never really anyone looked at or nobody cared about, and you switch it on everybody. And you say, look, I'm gonna be somebody. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna have my own flow, my own way of deciphering something, and make it big. And that's beautiful. That's part of the the trading part of capitalism. Capitalism is essentially, like I said before, the government protecting property rights and especially individual rights. That's basically what capitalism all is. But it entails mercantilism, or trading value for value, or trading goods, trading back and forth. So. That's what I think is just so powerful about this Kendrick Lamar fellow. he just kept plowing through. And the thing is, like, it was so organic, like people like to say. It didn't seem like it was forced. It didn't seem like, oh, I just gotta write a rap and say something against Drake. Oh, you whack, you corny, you're supposed to be an actor or something like that. He came out with like a complete and total mind frame. Like, it was almost like he imagined this when they were doing the same song together, Poetic Justice. I think, was it 2014? I think it was a decade ago. Let me see. Poetic Justice. Okay, 2013. It was over a decade ago. So, you know, that's usually the case. Two friends become foes. That's usually the Shakespearean way of, you know, our existence. You know, they didn't like each other. They liked each other. They were cool and everything like that. And then something happened. What happened? I don't even know what happened, really. I forgot. I seriously forgot. I just can hear the da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. They're not like us. They're not like us. That's all I can hear. So I'm trying to remember what was the breakdown. How did Drake and Kendrick this start? Okay. The feud between Drake and Kendrick Lamar began in 2013. Wow. When Lamar dissed Drake and other rappers in a guest verse on Big Sean's song Control. 13. Lamar's verse on Control called out Drake and other rappers, claimed that he had love for them, but was trying to murder them in the rap scene. Drake dismissed the verse, saying it sounded like an ambitious thought. Drake helped Lamar's career by inviting him to his opening act on his 2012 Club Paradise tour and featuring him on his Take Care album. Yeah, he was on Take Care too. I forgot about that. The feud has continued over the years. The two rappers chased on dig and diss tracks. J. Cole reignited the feud on the song First Person Shooter from Drake's album For All the Dogs. Lamar responded to Drake's Family Matters with his own diss track, Meet the Grams. Drake then released his own diss track, The Heart Part 6, which topped YouTube's trending chart. Lamar is expected to add a new verse to his Drake. Wasn't there something with the they didn't mention this. They didn't mention the Future and Metro Boomin record. So that was kind of missing there. I'll go to Wikipedia. So we have here it goes, the push-ups and TaylorMade's freestyle. I don't see it though. This is crazy. I thought they had something with Metro Boomin and Metro Boomin in the Future, yeah. That's crazy. I'm not seeing it. But it shows the whack, Tupac and Snoop, AI generated vocals. That was really goofy. That was corny. He criticized Lamar for collaborating with Swift and other pop artists, which is ironic on a level that is amazing. Yeah, I mean it came out May 4th. They Not Like Us. Andre 3000 once said Future was the future. Boy, was he wrong. Yes, that's facts. I never liked Future. I don't have anything against him, and I hope he's successful. I hope he's great. Hope he makes more millions and millions and millions of dollars. But I just never really got into him. He never really got to a point where I could say, yeah, I can relate to that, or that was a hot flow, that was a tight rhyme, that was a good. I just never did. I never really, paid attention to him on that level. So to say future is the future is definitely a misnomer. So I think with Future being an A-list rapper, he is an A-list rapper. He's not like he's a bum. He's actually a decent songwriter, and I just never really got into the Dirty Sprite, all that stuff. I never really got into that, and oh, turn on the lights. I'm looking for. Like, I never really got that fascinated by him. I was never really that fascinated. He had a different vibe than I have, and that's the only thing I can think about. I can't think of anything else but drugs. Dirty Sprite and weed and codeine and all these different things. So that's the thing with the Canadians. We have to thank the Canadians. We have to thank them. We definitely have to thank the Canadians, and thank the reality that the West Coast, usually against Canada, even the entire nation is usually against Canada. But this particular instance, they were down for it. Little white girls in Vancouver and British Columbia and different places like that, not just Toronto, but across Montreal, and they're like, yeah, Jersey got beat. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar washed him. He washed him. So that's what I think. I mean, and I want to do my top three. My top three albums are from West Coast rappers. Top three albums. Top three. Number 3, Blue Lips. Number 2, GNX. Number 1, Chromacopia. All from California West Coast rappers. I can't even think of any hip hop rappers that. I'm probably stupid and missing somebody real obvious, but I can't think of anybody. I can't think of anybody else. But Kung Fu Kenny wrapped his finger around, Canada. Had his finger on the pulse of Canada. And they're probably, like I said, they're like the Wiki Guard. They're like the oh. And they're singing all Toronto, based, Canada-based Drake songs. And then by the time he got the water on him, he melted. And his pristine, career melted down to nothing. He can make a resurgence. He can make a phoenix. But I highly doubt that. Highly doubt that. Don't think that's going to happen. So what I do see happening though is I see more Canadians gearing up to be more supportive of Kendrick Lamar and more accepting than they have been in the past. I mean, they probably were pretty much accepting anyway, because there were collaborations between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. But I think it's gonna be on a different level now. It's gonna be a totally different level. Future is about as irrelevant as the Walkman. True. Facts. I agree with you. Well, I'll just say true. I don't know if it's a fact, but it's an opinion. But it's definitely true. True. I don't. Future never. I mean, what give me a bar. Give me a hot line. Give me something that really resonates with the idea of being a hot rapper or a strong artist, a great lyricist or something like that. Give me that. Give me that much. I don't believe there is. I don't think you can. I really don't. I really think you can't name one aspect of Future's career that was, you know, well thought out, well played, and said, "Ooh, that's." Like I said, I'm not player hating. I want him to get money. I want him to get accolades. I want him to get, you know, all that. But I'm just saying, for me and my personal state, I can't support Future. I'm saying for Ye, for Wayne, for Drizzy, even Drake, you know, Jay, Kendrick Lamar, you know, and so many others. But I'm just saying those are people that really they had, you know, something that was special, and something that was, you know, that made sense and was. I mean, it was fun listening to what was it called? What a Time to Be Alive. You know, that was fun. That was fun listening to him, but it's no substance. It's kind of like McDonald's. It's like, it's a great burger, but damn, I didn't really get a whole lot of substance there. I didn't get a lot of, you know, sustenance there. But it tasted good. Hemp Lord, sup? Salute you, sir. I'm looking for, it's a fundraiser Thursday. We're trying to get at least $149 right now. $149. If you can just chip away at that, that'd be great. We're going $5, $10 donations. So that's the power that we're doing right now. That's what's up. Salute the hemp, smoke it up. Yeah, I appreciate everybody that came through today. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, so Canadians, I'm telling you, Canadians are like secret Americans at heart, you know, in their mind of minds. In their mind of minds, they're actually Americans because they have American accents. I mean, just our generic American accents, no, not regional American accents. You know, if you're from the West Coast, if you're from New York, if you're from, you know, the South, if you're from Massachusetts, you have a regional dialect. You have a different sound and a twang and a different kind of timbre to your voice. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes. Salute. Make sure you send that $5 at a $10 piece. I would appreciate that very much. Definitely appreciate that, Hemp Lord. Those Rhode Island. What is Rhode? What about Rhode Island? Rhode Island have a different speaking pattern. Is that what you're saying? But anyway, Canadians they really want to be Americans. Like, America is just a party, though. America's that like weird, crazy, goofy, wild party. And, you know, we got all kinds of craziness going on. How many, you know, gun violence, you know, reports do you get out of Canada? How many, you know, people that are in school shootings or theater shootings or church shootings or synagogue shootings, or, you know, how many of those happen? How many people have, you know, an assailant walk up to a CEO and blast him away and hop on a bike and go into the night or in the early morning? How many times do you hear that in Canada? You don't hear that too much. I just picked up something on this Wikipedia page. It said Stevie Wonder and Mac No More, as I like to say his name. Mr. Nasser also says, for overshadowing ongoing international conflicts. Oh, come on. Get off of it. Really? It's only because it's successful. When you have success, you're obviously going to court attention that's going to be negative. That's just how it goes. Actress Uma Thurman jokingly referred her Kill Bill costume to Drake for his feud with Lamar and other rappers. Former wrestler and current WWE producer Shawn Michaels, whose Sweet Chin music, finishing music move was mentioned in Not Like Us, invited the pair to settle their feud on NXT. Tennis star Naomi Osaka claimed that in her opinion, Kendrick is winning the feud and that she has used Not Like Us in coming out to the court before beating Sierra Burrell at the Italian Open. Singer Sheryl Crow criticized Drake's use of AI and tailor-made freestyle, saying it's hateful, it's an antithetical to the life force that exists in all of us. Yeah, this is the criticism, though. This is crazy. This is the criticism. Rick Ross says chick champagne moments. Stevie Wonder has an amazing new song called Help Us Heal Our Nation's Broken Heart. Bill from Kill Bill died of... yeah, I know that. I know that, Rick James. Thanks you for reminding me. Fix the Nation's Broken Heart. Okay. I'll check this out. When did this come out? This says 2024. 3 months ago. Okay. Stevie's my guy. Stevie's my guy all time. Talking book, Intervisions, Song in the Key of Life, even songs for was it songs for plants, something like that. Looking it up right now. The Secret Life of Plants. That's what it is. I mean, he just had such great songs. My favorite song of his, of course, is As. As is the pinnacle of all songwriting. It just has so many movements to it. Has so much melody to it. Has so much soulfulness to it. It can be used as so many different elements of life. It can be used as birth. It can be used as, making love. It can be used as sending somebody away, for dying. It's a versatile song, but that's not what makes it special. What makes it special is the fact that it is so true. Everything that he says is a reality. Around the sun, the earth keeps revolving, and the rosebuds know to bloom in early May. Yeah, that's a fun song, but that's not a great song. It's a good song. Do I do what I do? Yeah, that's a good song. But As is a great song. It's an excellent song. It's a perfect song. It's actually a perfect song. He even gets indignant on the song. Now even though like times I was in the troubles, it makes you wish you were born in another time and place. Like that, it just shows you how serious and rough and tattered and unbelievably great, unbelievably convincing that love and life actually is. Al Abid. What about Muhammad Abdu? He is a great singer. I've never heard of Muhammad Abdu. I'll look him up right now. Muhammad Abdu. He's a Saudi man. I don't really go for the Saudis so much. Unless they're planning to come to America and be Americanized. I don't do the Saudis. Unless he's fighting for freedom. If his songs are fighting for freedom and away from the Saudi Arabian ideals, then I would go for him. Hip Lord said, well said. I appreciate that. He is a great singer. Well, he could be a great singer just as long as he's for the idea of America and the ideals of the Western world. I'm not gonna, just dump on him just to dump on him, but I'm just saying that those would be my criteria for evaluating him. So, as we wind down, I have to say thank you for holding on for 2 hours. Anybody that was here, especially Rick James, thank you, sir. You've been here for at least 45 minutes to an hour. I was able to get off all my various commercials, I guess you can call them. All my sponsors, thank you. So, Kendrick Lamar in Canada. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Canada would turn their backs on their own? Because they're like, let's roll with the winners. Let's not even play around. Drake is not the winner in this. He messed up. He didn't do well. He got his top popped. And it will not stop until he drops. Okay, I'm rhyming. I don't mean to rhyme right there, but I did. But it's just amazing how nothing can become something. How the reason why there are so many different people in the world that are vying for Kendrick Lamar and him sticking to his own honest way. And he was able to be funny. He was able to be serious. He was able to be saying, profound things. Both videos. What's it called? I'm only thinking about the Roots version, the movement, the free movement. What's it called? Canadian albums Billboard #1. That's you can't erase that. There's no erasing that. That's a fact. That's true. That's something that's real. That's something that it can't be erased. Canadian, they didn't say, oh, well, maybe top 10, maybe 9 or 8, something like that. No, #1 on Canadian album charts. That says a lot. I'm saying 15 years, Drizzy. Drizzy's been going strong for 15 years. That is not a likely thing. I always call him the LeBron James of hip hop. He courts enough hate as LeBron James. He's successful like LeBron James. Can claim all kinds of awards, all kinds of different accolades, and different ways of expressing himself. That's excellent. However, this was not his year. This is the year of reckoning. This is the year of retribution. This is when Kendrick Lamar rose up from the annals of time. He was supposed to be, brought back down from earth to earth, And he rose up despite that. And he became a champion in his own right. So I thank you all. I appreciate everybody that came through. I appreciate everybody that had something to say, had their own way. This is 2 hours. I haven't done a 2-hour show in a long time. So I appreciate it. So thank you very much for doing this. And I will see you sometime tomorrow, probably around the same time. Thank you very much. Take care.